Nau mai whakatau mai rāna manuhiri tuarangi ki runga o Waititi, ki runga o Kai o Tae. Haere mai ki tō tātou piringa whare, te whare pāre mata tēnei o Aotearoa
Ora ka mate wero e tūtāke ke tāni te tumu teini ta tua tāni te tā uri ke teini ta tua. Koe tai ia mingi koe ngā rara tuatara koe waka kā tuki tuki a koe waka kā wāwā ia koe waka wakarere. Kei runga nei te ipou, kei raro nei te ipou pō ki te ipo te ipo pō ki tā uto te ipo ura mānea nea kataka te pō. Ia, nau mai te awatea. Nau mai te awatea, nau mai koutou e ngā manu iri tūārangi ki roti i tō tātou piringa ware. Ki roto i te ware pare mata nei, nau mai, aere mai, e rarau.
Kia ora and welcome to New Zealand's Parliament. These grounds and buildings are part of the history of our country. The decisions made here have helped to shape the way we live in Aotearoa, New Zealand today. We've had a parliament in New Zealand since 1854, and Wellington has been New Zealand's capital city since 1865. This parliament belongs to the people of New Zealand. It's a place where you can discover how we're governed and where you can have a voice in the decisions that are made here. So what does Parliament do? Parliament's job is to represent the people of New Zealand, provide us with a government, make decisions about how the tax money is spent, make laws for the country, and keep the government accountable for the decisions it makes. Now let's look at how it works. Our Parliament has two parts. New Zealand is a representative democracy. The people who make the decisions here represent us. We call those people Members of Parliament, or MPs, and there are usually about 120 of them. Altogether, we call them the House of Representatives. We also have a head of state, the Sovereign, a king or queen. The Sovereign is usually represented by a New Zealander who is appointed as the Governor-General. The Governor-General closes Parliament down before a general election, opens it after the election, and signs off new laws that are made. Every 3 years, we choose our MPs using a voting system called Mixed Member Proportional, or MMP. To vote, you need to be 18 or over and be a New Zealand citizen or a permanent resident. You also need to enrol in the area where you live. New Zealand is divided up into geographical areas called electorates. There are 64 general electorates and 7 Māori electorates, and you can decide, depending where you live, to go on the general or Māori roll. Anyone who is a New Zealand citizen who is enrolled to vote can stand as a candidate in the election. Most candidates belong to a political party, which can increase your chance of getting into Parliament, but you can also stand independently. Under MMP, you get 2 votes, an electorate vote to choose someone to represent your electorate, and a party vote to choose the party you would like to be the government. Candidates win seats in Parliament depending on how people vote. Some MPs become electorate MPs and represent an electorate as well as their party. Other MPs come into Parliament based on how many votes their party gets. In most cases, the party that wins the most seats forms the government. They need to have over half the seats in order to govern. This is called having the majority. If one party does not have a majority, it can invite other parties who have won seats to make agreements with them and join them in government. This means they will have enough people to make the big decisions for the country. Under MMP, the government is usually made up of more than one party. The other parties who are not in government form a group called the opposition. But how does the work get done? The House of Representatives must meet in the debating chamber about 90 days each year. The Speaker oversees the day-to-day business and order of the House and is the House's chairperson. Government MPs sit to the right of the Speaker. The Prime Minister always sits 4 seats down at the front and appoints other government MPs as ministers. They are called the Executive and are responsible for making government decisions about things such as health, police, education and transport. The government carries out its ideas by proposing laws and deciding how taxpayers' money is to be spent. The opposition MPs sit to the left of the Speaker's chair. The leader of the opposition always sits 4 seats down at the front on this side. The opposition keeps the government accountable, asking ministers questions in the House, debating proposed laws, and working with government MPs and select committees. Party whips make sure their party's MPs are in the House to speak or vote as needed. Sitting at the table in front of the Speaker's chair is the Clerk of the House. The Clerk of the House advises the Speaker and the MPs about the rules and practices of Parliament. When new laws are proposed, there must be plenty of opportunity for debate and discussion. New laws must be debated several times in the House and voted for before they become laws. Usually, after the first debate, laws are sent to select committees, which are small groups of MPs who look at the new law in detail. This is the stage where the public gets a chance to put forward their point of view on the new law as well. Once the law is voted through all its stages, it is signed off by the Governor-General. This is called giving it the royal assent. The law now becomes one of the hundreds of laws we have in New Zealand. So there you have it. Parliament is a place where laws are made and tax spending is approved. It helps to shape our country and gives us a place to air our views. What happens here makes a difference to all our lives. And one more thing, don't wait until you can vote to get involved in what happens here. Now you know a bit more about this place, there are lots of things you can do to participate in the work of Parliament. It even has its own TV channel, so you can watch it anytime. You can also come and watch it live by sitting in the public galleries or read about it in the newspaper or on the internet. Start talking about what happens here with friends, family or whānau, and contact an MP if you have an issue that is important to you or your community. You can even put together a petition or follow a new law that could affect you and make a submission to a select committee. Parliament belongs to the people of New Zealand and the people who work here represent you. This is your place.